Given how important the South Bay is to surf culture, it will come as no surprise that some legendary surf artists sprang out of this area also. Surf Art, today on PCZ TV.
PCZ TV.
We'll cover the careers of surfers turned graphic artists John Van Hamersveld and Rick Griffin. Starting first with John. He was born in Maryland but moved to Palos Verdes when he was young. He first started surfing at 12 at the Cove. Now, the Cove was a famous place for early longboarders, the Palos Verdes Surf Club, and legendary surf photographer Leroy Granis. And see this video for those details. John's first commercial gig came back in 1962 to create an ad for Bing surfboards based in Hermosa Beach, which ran on the back of Surfing Illustrated, which ironically was co-founded by John.
Coincidence? I think not!
South Bay connections. Leroy was the photo editor, and Warren Miller, later a famous videographer, was a contributing writer. Not surprising, given the close-knit surfing community of the South Bay, the worlds of John and Rick overlapped a bit when they were kids, so the story will be a bit intertwined. You see, Rick introduced John to surfer magazine publisher John Severson, who hired John as the art director for that magazine. And when Bruce Brown came into Surfer magazine looking for a poster artist for his movie Endless Summer, the seeds of the most famous surf image was created. John was paid the lofty sum of $150 for art, which is now hanging in the Smithsonian Institute. Did I say Smithsonian? I think I did. And the LA County Museum of Art. Well, it's no surprise that after that iconic image, John made a career out of posters, working with folks such as Jimi Hendrix and local South Bay band called the Beach Boys. He also moved into doing record covers, with a role at Capitol Records as head of design from 1965 to 1968, with his work showing up on album covers for bands such as the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, and another surf band, The Ventures. In addition, he created the 1984 LA Olympic logo, as well as branding and logos for local hamburger chain, Fatburger. And see this video for a history of that fast food chain. As of this video, he's still going strong, and recently completed a mural for the city of Hermosa Beach. Transitioning to Rick Griffin, he was also a Palos Verdes kid. Rick was taught to surf by Randy Nauert, and I said that name wrong. I'm sorry, Randy. Rick was taught at the age of 14 at Torrance Beach, and for more information on Randy and his local surf bands, the Bel Airs and the Challengers, see this video. And like John before him, Rick created ads for local surf shops like Greg Knowles, and see this video for the history of those local surf shops here. In 1961, Rick created the cartoon character Murphy for Surfer magazine, with the character actually being featured on the front cover the following year. Then his art took quite the change and moved away from the cartoon to the psychedelic. And like John, Rick moved into poster work. The most famous of these posters was the Flying Eyeball poster for Jimi Hendrix. And also like John, Rick moved into album covers for bands such as the Grateful Dead and the Cult. And given his early work, it's no surprise that Rick also moved into comics, as he was a key figure and founding member of the Zap Comics Collective. Zap, of course, being most famous for its Keep On Trucking figure. During his time at Zap, his comic work included Man from Utopia and Tales from the Tube. In 1970, he became a born-again Christian, and his art style changed once again. He started creating album covers for Christian music label Marathana? Did I say that right? Perhaps the most famous work of his era was his 1973 painting for Sail On Sailor for the band mustard seed faith. He also illustrated hundreds of images for the Gospel of John book. Rick unfortunately passed away in a motorcycle accident. The South Bay surf scene created not only iconic surf legends, but iconic surf imagery. If you've been watching this far, I thank you. If you found this interesting, please see some of my other South Bay videos. And now, most importantly, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and my disclaimers.